Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you back inside Centennial at the Centennial Center at Georgia College and State University as the Bobcats get set to take on the Saints of Flagler College in Peach Belt Conference play. And like the women, this will be the first of the rest of the season in the Peach Belt Conference. No more non-conference ball games for the Bobcat men. Georgia College coming in with a 6-3 overall record and 2-1 in the Peach Belt Conference. That's good for a tie for third place with three other teams. The Flagler Saints are at 4-3 overall, and they are 1-2 in conference play. So they are down below that bunch tied for third place. And they are tied for 7th with North Georgia and USC Aiken. All three teams sporting 1 and 2 records. The Bobcats' first ball game since the 19th of December. Same for the Saints, as everybody in the Peach Belt Conference took the same amount of time off, 11 days or so. And Georgia College beat USC Aiken on the last game of the schedule before Christmas, 62-59 at Aiken. And the Flagler Saints had a win their last time out as well. Back on the 19th of December, they beat Young Harris in a home ball game, 76-74. So a very close contest between the Saints and Young Harris College. And for the first time in many years, the Saints are being guided by a new head coach as Chad Wagner takes over from longtime coach Bo Clark. Wagner coming over from Valparaiso Division I school in Indiana, a special assistant to the head coach there, and was the recruiting coordinator. Well known to a lot of folks in the state of Georgia. He was the former head coach at Shorter College for 8 years and led them into the transition to Division II basketball. And a UGA grad is Chad Wagner, and he's got his Flagler Saints putting up a lot of points already. 74 points a ball game is what they average, but they also give up 73 points a contest. So they're giving up some points, but scoring as well. For the Bobcats, they're averaging a little over 66 points a ball game, giving up 64 a contest. Bobcats are out rebounding their opponents getting out rebounded overall 36-39, but in the conference it's tied at about 38 all. Flagler doing a great job on the boards. They're out rebounding their opponents by 10 per ball game on average at 44-34. Bobcats lead the overall series 12-9. They won last season's ball game. Remember back when they were in the East and West divisions, and they only played one ball game a year, and the Bobcats took that one 88-64. So we've got to shut down a very potent offense, but most of it is from the starting lineup, Al Weston. Their bench contributes less than 10 points a ball game, so we got to find a way to shut down their starting five.
Yeah, we'll go a few lines deep, the Bobcats will, so that's going to be the opportunity to pick up points, when you get into that second team, that third team perhaps, or later in the ball game if they just don't play those reserves. We might have a little bit more gas in the tank when that comes to play. But I got to think we'll probably slow the ball game down a bunch, try and force things inside. Much like the women's team, I really think our strength is on the inside game. You got Isaac Thomas with experience and the ability to score close to the hoop. You got Cole Roberts, the ability to score close to the hoop. Jordan Thomas has been in and out as far as doing a great job as a freshman, I'll say that much. But his scoring ability, he's really the one true guy that can kind of create his own points. If you're getting low in a shot clock, you might want to drop it off to him and kind of get out of his way. Kind of like Terrell Harris, but nowhere near Terrell Harris's type of skill load. So Thomas has had some great ball games and has disappeared in some ball games, So just like a freshman, he's not necessarily a guy that you can rely on game in and game out. So the real presence is kind of down low. That's sort of the way that you want to focus on for this Bobcat squad. And I think we'll slow things down, and I'd be surprised if too many of our shots are a three-point or further distance.
Well, the Bobcats are going to have to make do with just one point guard officially for the rest of the season, well, until Desmond comes back from the broken ankle, as Austin Dukes has been declared academically ineligible, so he's no longer with the team. in a playing role. He is with the squad, will be on the bench for the Bobcats. So it'll be JT's going to start at point guard for the Bobcats, as Jordan Thomas will get a chance to start, and then we'll also see Andrew Prestwood pressed into that role, so to speak.
Booker can play a little bit of point too, more from the standpoint of just getting the ball up the floor. Teams that press well are going to be tricky for us this year.
Time for our national anthem at the Centennial Center.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
This afternoon, getting a late start because the women's contest started late with our officials not arriving on time. Time to meet the starters in today's ball game, and here to tell you about them is Assistant Athletic Director Al Weston.
Okay, we'll start first for the visiting Saints, 4-3 overall, 1-2 in the Peach Belt Conference. The guards, Demerit Brown, sophomore, 6'4" from Ocoee, Florida, and a transfer from Shorter University. Also in the backcourt, we have Vaughn McCall. He's 6'3", junior from Ocoee, Florida as well. Front court, your forwards, Chris Williams, 6'7", senior from Sebastopol, Mississippi. We'll try that, why not? Copia Lincoln Community College transfer. And Jefferson Jean, 6'6", junior from Naples, Florida, is also in the front court, as well as Cortland Davis, the senior, 6'5", from Birmingham, Alabama, and Snead State Community College. For the Bobcats, Jordan Thomas, the guard, the freshman, 6'1", from Conyers, Georgia. And joining him in the backcourt will be Garrick DeBoles, sophomore, 6'4", from Marietta, Georgia. Also back there, Chapin Ryerson, the freshman, 6'4", Calhoun, Georgia for him. So a very young lineup continues for the Bobcats. Front court, the strength is Isaac Thomas, the junior, 6'7", from Tryon, Georgia, and then Cole Roberts, the sophomore, 6'7" as well, from Atlanta and Riverwood High. So again, slow things down, get it up front, and the Bobcats will hopefully continue to add to that 6-3 overall mark with a 2-1 record in the Peach Belt Conference. Should be a tight ball game, though, I think, Scott.
Well, Al, as Coach Mark Gaines says, we got to pound the ball inside. There's just no way around it. You got the height advantage. You might as well take advantage of it. Also wants to control the tempo, control the glass, and just keep putting it inside as best you can.
Yeah, the Peach Belt Conference slate for Flagler, 1-2. They got a pair of losses to Clayton State and North Georgia, and then got a win in their last Peach Belt matchup. That was back on December 19th against Young Harris at home, 76-74. So a tight ball game there that the Saints were able to pull out. Look for Vaughn McCall, 19.7 points per ball game. That's a bunch of scoring, and we'll probably see a lot of the offense go through McCall's hands.
Yeah, he is their leading scorer at, as you mentioned, 19.7 points a contest. Williams, their leading rebounder, at 8.1 boards a ball game.
For Georgia College, it's Thomas at 12.2 a contest, and then Jordan Thomas at 8.9. So that's they kind of balance things out a little bit more. Do the Bobcats get scoring from a bunch of different guys as opposed to a lot of scoring from a few.
Flagler will have the basketball first. Double high post for the Saints. Wraparound pass off the left side of the lane. Backing his way inside. Fingertip roll, no good. Foul on the ensuing rebound. It goes against Flagler. And it will be charged to Chris Williams. So Georgia College will hopefully get the first crack at getting a bucket here today. Jordan Thomas, JT brings it across midcourt to the far sideline in front of the Flagler bench. Off the right side of the lane, Cole Roberts with a baby hook. It won't go, and Flagler with a rebound. Grabbed in by McCall. McCall to Brown. Brown straightaway three. Top of the key doesn't go. Isaac Thomas gets a rebound. Isaac now in the top 10, maybe now number 9 all time in rebounding at Georgia College. Jordan Thomas out between the circles. We played almost a minute, yet to scratch the scoreboard here. Chapin Ryerson will try to do that, and it's tipped up and in. I guess we'll give it to DeBoles.
That looked like DeBoles' hand there. I'm not sure where exactly those.
DeBoles and Thomas contested for it. They're going to give it to Garrick. Gets the first 2 points of today. They drive left side. Here's Cortland Davis going down the baseline. Knocked the ball away to the Bobcats, and they recover it. Cole Roberts gets it out to Jordan Thomas. Jordan down the near sideline. Off to Isaac. Jump hook, good. Well, if we can get that going, it should be a fun afternoon.
Yeah, the jump hook's tough to defend. Looking like Aaron Clark right there, knocking down the little baby hook from the elbow.
You took it right out of my mouth, my friend.
That was his bread and butter back in the day, old
And he
Aaron.
could do it left and right. Driving left side of the lane is Brown. Laid it up strong, and he came down hard on the deck, and a foul called on Georgia College, and I believe they'll check Isaac Thomas with that one.
Yep, got bumped in midair, and his feet just kicked out from underneath him for Brown. Thankfully, he's okay. Grimacing a bit as he comes up. Brown kind of favors Jamie Foxx in the face a little bit.
I didn't really get a good look.
Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Give that a look. I was tipped off to that by Steve Barsby.
Okay. Well, tennis coaches know.
I guess.
Free throw up and good.
I know tennis. I know
by Demerit Brown, 86% free throw shooter, now 26 out of 30, so a little bit more than 86. And second one's no good. Ball tipped up and rammed back out to midcourt and recovered by the Saints.
Great job there by Chris Williams to keep that ball alive. He was one guy fighting against 4 white jerseys and just punched it out to the perimeter.
High left wing three is good. Nothing but net to tie the ball game. Bucket by Cortland Davis, only his 3rd in 14 tries on the season.
Yeah, he'd only hit 15% from the long range up until that point. Looked like an old hat for him there.
Cole Roberts up, under, and in. He waited for traffic to clear a little bit and knocked it home, and it's 6-4. Georgia College got that advantage inside again. High left side, now on the drive is Jean. Jefferson Jean going to drop it off. Middle of the paint jumper, no good. Traveling called as Cortland Davis walked with it before he got the shot off. Phil Bruce comes in, 6'8", junior center from Green Cove Springs, Florida, out of Florida State College, Jacksonville. And again, their bench is not going to give you a lot of points.
Yeah, I think they're mainly just stopgaps to try and get back to their starters, give them a little bit of rest.
Ryerson touches, gets it off right side to Jordan Thomas. JT back to Cole, 17-footer too strong. Thomas knocked at it, couldn't get it. Recovered by the Saints. They try to tie it up on a drive, and good by Jefferson Jean. The junior from Naples ties it at 6. Very athletic move down the floor by the 6'6" junior.
Yeah, covered a lot of ground with just a few steps.
Here's Cole straight away. Right side now to Thomas. Now to Garrick DeBoles. Left side, Ryerson's three. It's off the rim, off the back iron, I guess. Rebound cleared by the Saints. They'll swing it back to the right wing. Jumper up and no good from three-point land. GC clears it. Roberts gets it off to Jordan Thomas. Andrew Prestwood waits to check in. Might have to wait until our under 16 timeout. They'll have a new Saint check in too. Thomas still dribbles with 13 on the shot clock. Ryerson has it on the top of the circle. Drops it off to Bowles. 8 to shoot now. Jordan Thomas, long three, no good. We jumped too early on the rebound, and it's claimed by Davis. Flagler comes flying down the floor. Davis to a trailer Brown. Back to Davis. Davis cuts left of the lane, pitches it back out left side. Three ball won't fall. Rebound by Roberts. Off to JT. Thomas going to take it in, got bumped and fouled, and the shot didn't fall for him. And we have reached our under 16 timeout at 15:38 to go. It is Vaughn McCall, their leading scorer, with a foul. And we'll be back in 60 seconds. You are on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
All locked up at 6 apiece. Not quite 4.5 minutes into the ball game. Georgia College shooting 3 of 8. Flagler just 2 of 6. Bobcats have missed all 3 of the 3-point shots. Saints are 1 of 4 from downtown. The rebounds are even at 5 apiece. No turnovers for GC, 2 for Flagler. And Jordan Thomas will be at the free throw line for the Bobcats. 3 out of 5 at the stripe this year for 60% so far. Freshman from Conyers out of Heritage High. Vernon Denmark was his high school coach. He hits the free throw. Bobcats did get Prestwood in during the stoppage in play. And the Flagler Saints have put in Dotardis into the contest. Arenas Dotardis. 8-6, Bobcats with the lead. Vaughn McCall hounded in the backcourt. They get it across the timeline. Bobcats with a press at midcourt. McCall between the circles, picked up by Prestwood. Bobcats are in a 2-3 zone though. Left corner, excuse me. Jumpers away and good. McCall just rained that one. His 15th three-pointer of the year in 37 tries. And he's given Flagler its first lead of the day at 9-8. Prestwood off to Ryerson. Left side now to Thomas. Thomas drives in, puts it up too strong. Isaac gets the rebound underneath the basket and has the ball knocked out of his hands, recovered by the Saints. They'll bring it down the floor, fire it ahead to Gene, and it's knocked away again. They try to get it low to Phil Bruce. He fumbled it. Bobcats recover it. Layup is no good. Stick back good, though, by Isaac Thomas. Jordan could not get it to go down on the layup, but there was Isaac to gather in the miss. And GC back to a 1-point lead at 10-9. Here's a press, and they almost throw it away. Demerit Brown recovers it. Off to McCall, back to Brown. They play catch out front against the Bobcats 2-3 zone. They'll get it left side, 3-pointer away, off the mark by Doteris. And GC will get it back again. Prestwood down the floor, alley-oop to Garrick DeBowles, and he got it to go, and it's 12-9. Left side driving, Doteris, and he is fouled as he went in left to right across the baseline at the south end of the floor. And put that foul on Ryerson. Chapin's first, second team foul in the first half. Dotardis from Lithuania and Panola College misses the first free throw. Let's get the pronunciation of Dotardis' first name correct here by the pronunciation guide from John Jordan. It's Arnis. I had an extra A in there, so it's Arnis Dotardis. Second free throw is also no good, and Isaac gets the rebound. Dotardis only 1 of 4 at the free throw line prior to those 2 attempts. Cats lead by 3. Bryce Booker is checked in. We'll get it down low. In the middle of the paint, rolled it up as Roberts, and he knocked it in. That's 14-9. Bobcats, good ball movement that time down the floor. We've got Justin Cave on the floor for the first time today for the Bobcats. Double team trap across midcourt. They get it off to McCall anyway. McCall will back out against the 2-3 zone. Well, we may have set up into a box and 1. I thought I saw Isaac going with 0. Austin Howard fouled on a 3-point shot. McCall got hit. No. We've got a blocking foul on Flagler instead. So the ball goes back to the Bobcats. It's on Phil Bruce. His first, third team foul. Jefferson Jean goes out. Chris Williams comes back in for Flagler. Prestwood, Booker, Cave, Thomas, and Roberts on the floor for Georgia College. Booker comes inside the arc, got his man to get in the air. Isaac will catch it, get it down low to Cole. Cole one-on-one, rolls it up and scores. He just put it right over Chris Williams. And it's 16-9, Georgia College with the lead. Long down court pass, he throws it out of bounds, and the Cats will have it on the turnover. Ball sailed out at the south end zone. It'll be GC's basketball, leading 16-9 with 12:47 to play in first half action. Prestwood will bring it into the front court. The John Middledge product will hand it off now to Bryce Booker. Now to Isaac Thomas. Here's Justin Cave back to Prestwood between the circles. High right side to Isaac. Isaac can't get a screen. Now off to Cave. Cave with 11 to shoot. Pull-up jumper won't go. Isaac fights for it, gets the rebound. He's going to muscle his way in. He got fouled. Count it and call a foul.
Scott with that last rebound. Isaac Thomas, 516 in his career. He passes Johnny Simpson into 8th in career rebounding and Georgia College history.
So he got the rebound, he got a bucket, and he got a foul. So pretty good minutes worth of work right there for Isaac Thomas. And he knocks home the free throw. GC up by 10 now at 19-9. So congratulations to Isaac. 8th all time, and he's just a junior. Into the right corner they go to Williams. He passes back out on the perimeter. Back to the left side to Brown. Near side pass to McCall against the Bobcat zone. McCall looks, delivers it right side to Davis. Down to 9 on the shot clock. We are controlling the tempo with that zone. Wrap around, did he hook it? He got fouled. I didn't know if he pancaked the ball, but Andrew Prestwood's going to get called for a hand check. And we've got a timeout on the floor with 11:53 to go in first half action. Bobcats 19, Saints 9. Back in a moment to the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Bobcats shooting 47% from the floor here in the first half, 8 of 17, while Flagler is 3 of 8 for 37.5%. Cats have missed all 3 of the three-point shots, though. Flagler 2 out of 6 from downtown. GC with a 10-7 rebounding edge. Isaac Thomas leads Georgia College in scoring with 6 points. And for Flagler, Vaughn McCall has a 3-point basket, and that leads the club in scoring right now. He and Cortland Davis are tied 3 points apiece. Flagler working it right, then back to the top of the circle for Howard. 8 to shoot. Cortland Davis goes to the free throw line, drop it in the left corner, three-pointer away, too long. And Williams gets the rebound. He'll back it out, reset the shot clock. Not very attacking team right now. They're just settling for things. Long jumper from way outside is no good. There's Isaac with a rebound.
Yeah, going to be a little bit of all or nothing appears from Flagler as they're flicking threes up there. If you can make them, it's a good strategy. Got to make them, though.
Thomas with a baby hook left right hand. It's a little bit short this time, taken by the Flagler Saints. Saints are 35% from long range on the season coming into the game. They're 33% right now. Inside the arc left side, Williams won't get it to go, and Justin Cave tracks down the bouncing rebound, lost the handle on it, got it back again. He'll get it off to Bryce Booker. Now to Prestwood. 10-point Bobcat lead here against Flagler in Peach Belt Conference play. Thomas gets it down low to Cole. Cole muscled his way in, got it, and a foul.
Wow. Talk about muscling that in. I mean, that's the apropos phrase there. That was, I mean, he took a ton of contact on that. That's those drills with the blocking dummies, you know, where you're just getting wrapped over the shoulders. Some teams will use brooms and things like that just to whack you over and over again while you're making layups. And
I think you could use sandbags against Cole Roberts and it wouldn't matter too much, huh?
That might be the case.
He's at the line as the Bobcats made 3 changes and the Saints made a couple of themselves. Roberts not very good at the free throw line this year, and he missed that one. It's out of bounds to Flagler.
Just 43% on his free throws, and he's a guy that's going to go there a bunch. That 22nd attempt on the year, that ranks 3rd on the team as he comes up empty on his first try.
Thomas is back in, joined by Ryerson, who's returned to the floor, along with DeBoles, and a foul on GC. And that will be charged to Bryce Booker. Bryce picks up his first personal foul. That's the 4th on the Bobcats already in this first half. Non-shooting, so it will be out of bounds to Flagler. They'll inbound it left of the basket at the south baseline. 21-9, Georgia College with its biggest lead of the day. And you got Thomas in now as point guard, as Prestwood has had a seat. They look to inbound it, triggered in and throw it away. Man. That's one of those zig when you should have zagged things. Cortland Davis headed left and the ball went right. And I think Coach Eller, the baseball coach at Georgia College, was down there, might have got a hand on it. Bobcats with a chance to add to their 12-point lead. We are just about midway through the first half. Bobcats playing catch against a 2-3 zone. Thomas drives in, puts it off the window, no good, gets his own miss, stick back, no good, and a foul.
Pointing the other direction.
Yeah,
it looks like they got DeBoles maybe up over the shoulders there on that rebound punch back.
Garrett gets his first foul. That's 5 team fouls on the Bobcats now. Flagler has Sam Gunther in. Genther, excuse me. G-U-E-N-T-H-E-R is Genther. Nice pursuit by Ryerson. He'll drive on the left side of the lane, and a kicking foul on GC. He kind of was out of control down the lane, left side. And the Bobcats will get tagged with their 6th personal foul in the half already.
I think he's trying to plead his case that he was a shooting foul as well, but looked like the foul took place well before any thought of a layup attempt.
Matthew Quint is assessed his first personal foul. Didn't even see him come in. I guess it was when that flurry of
he just wanted you to talk about him.
Yeah, why not?
His numeric counterpart, Phil Bruce, also checking in for Flagler.
Out of bounds into the Bobcat bench, off of Bobcat. So Flagler maintains possession with 9:38 to go. We've got our media timeout. Nope, it's a timeout taken by Flagler.
Well, I think they already sat for one, so this has got to be a 30-second, right?
Yeah, the Bobcats had a couple of them start to sit down, but then they popped up. So we'll stay here with a 21-9 Bobcat lead. So they have put in only 9 points in 10.5 minutes, have the Flagler Saints. So the Bobcat defense getting the job done. They've moved up the ranks a little bit in the national defensive category of defensive field goal percentage, up to number 18 in the country. I think they finished 4th in the country last year.
Yeah, that's an area of pride, I know, for the Bobcats. It comes from slowing the ball game down a little bit and making it a bit more physical as they go to short opportunities in the paint. Talking about into paint, points into paint, 16-2 now in Georgia College's favor. No surprise there, but maybe a bit of a surprise as to how different the numbers are.
McCall inbounds it to Genther. Around the right side now to Jefferson Jean. He's going to drive in, drops it off on the left side, off his foot. Bruce rolling on the floor is called for a travel.
Good quick hands there from Cole Roberts, kind of forced a little bit of a tap on the basketball, and that caused Bruce to lose the handle and eventually travel.
Well, the score has stayed 21-9 since the 10:30 mark. It's over a minute with no change in the score now. Bobcats work at the north end.
Yeah,
Thomas.
Scoring drought like that's okay as long as the other guys don't score too,
Right.
I guess, right?
Ryerson called for a travel. Don't expect that. Chapin's done a great job. A freshman out of Calhoun.
Chapin really picking it up in the Peach Belt ball games too. He averages 7.6 per contest overall, but 11 in Peach Belt games.
McCall will go a dribble drive, now back into the right corner, and a holding foul on GC. Cole make it Garrick DeBoles picking up his second personal foul. And that's 17 fouls against Georgia College, so it'll be bonus the rest of the first half. Bobcats have not been able to stop fouling the Saints. DeBoles will step out with his second personal foul. It's 1-1 now for Jean. He misses it, tracks down the long rebound, but throws it into the hands of Ryerson. Ryerson's going to go for the one-hand flush. Threw it down with the right hand. Chapin excites the crowd. It's 23-9. McCall loses the handle, recovers it right at midcourt. Picked up by JT, Jordan Thomas. McCall with a jumper, in and out, no good. Thomas taps it to Roberts with a big rebound. Quickly down the floor to Ryerson, to a trailing Thomas. Thomas off the left baseline. Now back up top, or on the right side, we go to Quint. Here's Jordan Thomas. Quint gets the call, gets the ball, gets the shot, and it's an air ball. 6 out of 12 from downtown, though. He's done a pretty good job shooting from long range, the young man from North Oconee High School. Shoveled it across the back end line. The ball tipped up in the air by Cole, and Cole comes flying every which way, and the laptop got blasted.
Almost got a face full of coal right there.
That's right. That's a big face full coming at you.
Goodness, that's a.
I just kind of hunkered down.
Yeah, that you got to just brace for that impact. There's really no other recourse because he was coming at you.
Under 8 minutes to go. We'll be back in just a moment. You're on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, Manti, move down.
It's a
Well, we're all okay down here at the scorers table. The laptop almost took a beating.
I'm not sure if I'm okay, I'll be honest with you.
I did see part of my life flash before my eyes. Not all of it, but
I
part
hope it
of
was a good part at least. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I was at the break, folks, I was telling Scott, anybody but Cole Roberts. I'll take a shot on this team. He's the last guy on the list that I'm going to take a shot from. That's, my goodness.
That was rather scary. Flagler down 23-9. Jumper, three-pointer, good. Dotardis makes his first three-pointer of the season, and it's 23-12.
That was Gunther there, I think.
Oh, Gunther, I'm sorry.
Ginther?
Ginther with a basket. The Bobcats had run off a 13-0 run before that triple. So Ginther ends the drought. Jordan Thomas with a shot. Cole Roberts got the rebound, ripped it down, and almost got his head ripped off at the same time.
There again, you see the strength of a guy like Cole as he goes up for that with one hand and is able to rip it away from every Flagler player that made an attempt at it. Drew a foul instead.
Got a foul on.
Looks like Bruce.
Will
maybe
Bruce.
Second.
Yep, second foul on Bruce. Andrew Prestwood back in. He'll inbound it on the baseline, and he went right through the hands of Jordan Thomas. Ouch. Turnover, Bobcats. So GC gives up the ball, leading 23-12 with 7:20 to play. Ben Bobbitt is in for the first time today, junior from Orange Park, Florida.
Scott, not sure, but I think that's the first, just the second turnover for the Bobcats in the ball game.
Very good handling of the basketball. Chris Metzger is in at the post. Gets it off now to Ginther. Ginther driving right of the lane, laid it up, missed it, and Cole Roberts took the rebound away from Metzger, and then Cole got knocked to the deck again. He got fouled by Ginther, his first personal foul, and the 7th team foul on Flagler. So we're going to be shooting a bunch of free throws in the final 7 minutes of this half.
Yep, both teams going to head to the line for the remainder on every foul here.
Grab yourself a box of popcorn and settle in with us as we shoot free throws. And Cole to the line.
Cole 0 for 1, had that potential three-point play he couldn't make good on.
9 out of 22 for the year, but he makes up for that miss with a nail at the line.
Yeah, that's an area of focus I got to think for Cole moving forward in his career. If he can knock these down with any sort of regularity, he's really going to be able to put up some points due to his physical nature of play.
Missed the second when Ginther got the rebound. 24-12, we've doubled them up on the scoreboard. Bobbitt with the ball to Ginther. Further on the left wing, back to Ginther straight away. Almost walked with it.
There,
yep.
Come on.
Left corner three is partially blocked by the Bobcats. Roberts shovels it back into Thomas's hands.
What a great defensive effort there from Ryerson to Roberts and then on to Thomas, as didn't want to give up that block shot out of bounds.
Jordan Thomas with the ball, left side now to Prestwood. Jordan high posted to Cole, turn around jumper from 15, got it. He's getting it done every aspect of the ball game so far. 26-12, GC on top. Closing in on 6 minutes to go, first half play. We'll press it midcourt. They get it off to Bobbitt. Bobbitt drives, drops it off left side, hop step into the paint, and a foul or traveling violation, I think. I'm looking at all three officials, and they finished their signal every time I looked at the three. I think he called a travel. 26-12, Bobcats with the lead. Prestwood back into point guard duties this trip. Down to Thomas, the left baseline, back out to Prestwood. He'll circle it back to Thomas. Jordan launches along two, almost got stuck up there between the backboard and the iron. Rebound to Flagler. They'll bring it down the floor with Bobbitt. Right side three is away off the left side of the rim. It's no good. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be Bobcat ball. Oh, should be Bobcat ball, but it's not. It'll be Saints basketball. Garrick DeBoles will check back into the lineup for the Bobcats. Vaughn McCall will take the place of Cortland Davis.
Bobcats have done a good job of handling this scoring drought. You know, I mean, it's We haven't been able to put up points with any kind of consistency in a good solid 5 minutes now, and it really hasn't hurt us all that much.
Prestwood got the takeaway at the other end, then he got fouled by Genther right in front of us.
It's going to be free throws here for Prestwood now, his first of the ball game.
Genther with his second foul.
How about that? First of his career coming up here for the John Millage grad. You were here for it, Scott. The first free throws.
How about that? All-time leading scorer at John Millage is Andrew Prestwood. And the first free throw is away, and it's good.
Wonder how many times that Greg Stevens, our PA announcer, has said the name Andrew Prestwood.
I imagine so. He is the voice of the Trojans as well as the voice of the Bobcats now. Second free throw, and it's no good. Rolled out. Metzger got the rebound. 27-12. Cats by 15. Harassed in the backcourt as Bobbitt gets it across the timeline to McCall. Ball stolen away by Thomas. Thomas going to long lead it to Prestwood. That should have been goaltending, but it wasn't. Slapped away at the last second. Driving and a foul called. Prestwood caught that one like a wide receiver back in this John Millage Trojan football days.
Not sure what the whistle was for here, Scott. We got a little bit of a conversation. The official patted his own chest for the whistle.
And they're going to talk to, well, they're going to signal in. I thought they were going to talk to the coach.
I'm not sure if they did call a foul there. I don't know what the stoppage was. I think maybe an inadvertent whistle, perhaps.
Must have
I'm
been.
Not sure. I had to see
maybe
that.
That's why he was patting his chest. That he was.
Yeah, that it was his mistake,
right.
And we'll start from here, which apparently is the case.
5 minutes to go before halftime. GC by 15.
Seen a few goofy ones today here, Scott.
Indeed. Everybody in the get-back form, I guess. Get back into business. Bobbitt to McCall straight away. Almost walked again. McCall goes to the free throw line, pulls it up, misses it. Thomas with a big board. Cats to try to add to their 15-point lead.
Rebound number 8 for Isaac today.
Ball tipped out. Thomas recovers it. Almost got slapped out of there by Davis. JT stands in the midcourt logo and will slow things down. Double high post look. Now Isaac, left side to Justin Cave. The freshman from Savannah. Driving down the baseline is Thomas. Tripped away, knocked down, no whistle, and a shot clock violation. Man, bodies flying every which way. Some contact somewhere, obviously.
Isaac coming up with a little bit of a limp. He might be coming out here, it appears. Yeah, indeed he is.
Gonna get him down. That left leg is bothering him as Roberts will.
He got tripped up, might have rolled an ankle or something. There's a lot of feet and things you can step on when you're down where he was.
Isaac gets head trainer Paul Higgs off the bench to walk it off a little bit, hopefully. Take a look at it. Hopefully it's not going to swell up on him. They lob it low for the dunk. Colton and Davis took the pass from Austin Howard. And Mark Gaines wants a timeout. 27-14 with 3:55 to play. It's just a 30-second timeout. So we'll stay here at Centennial. Georgia College will check Bryce Booker into the ball game. Isaac Thomas comes to the bench, and I think he's going to be all right. No further extra limping, at least. Bobcats back in action Wednesday at Georgia Southwestern in Americus. Then a week from today, they'll be at UNC Pembroke, their longest trip of the year. Fortunately, getting that out of the way early on.
Yep, looking at the standings, that Pembroke ball game, that's a team that was pretty highly touted coming in. I believe defending tournament champs are the Braves there, 6-3 overall with a 2-1 mark in the Peach Belt Conference. Georgia Southwestern's had a rough go so far, despite the exhibition win over a Division I program. I think they beat Troy in the exhibition season, but they're 4-3 overall with an 0-3 mark in Peach Belt Conference play. We get back here on the 10th to take on Clayton State. That's our next home contest. So over a week before the Bobcats will return to play here in the Centennial Center.
And classes won't start up until after we play 3 more ball games after that. So
that's the unfortunate part. It hurts our attendance a little bit and that kind of stuff, but that's just the way the schedule crumbles, I guess. not much you can do about it.
That'd
Got to
be
fit
good.
in those home-and-home matchups with everybody. Now that you got that double schedule
There
we're
you
talking
go.
about.
Got a good 3-game homestand there. Clayton, Lander, and Aiken. All before Martin Luther King Day. Georgia College with the ball. 3:45 to play. First half action. Bryce Booker. Rearson gets the pass. Looking for some help. Now he'll bring it back out. Shot clock at 10. Back out to Jordan Thomas. Signals the chin play. Comes around a pick, going to take it to the rack. Lays it up and scores. Nice move by Jordan.
Looked like maybe a 1-3-1 from the Saints there briefly, and that's not supposed to allow that type of play to slice between two guys at the free throw line like Thomas was able to do.
He floated through all 3 parts of that zone. Right side, 3 by McCall, won't go. Long rebound out to Jordan Thomas. Thomas leads the break down the floor. Now we'll slow it down.
Good call there by the freshman. Didn't really have the numbers.
Ryerson, 3 ball short. Ball batted around, recovered by Cole. Cole has his shot blocked, but he's fouled underneath. I think Metzger got him below. No, they're going to call a held ball.
All right, so that's going to put the arrow is in Flagler's favor. So it looks like the Saints will get the basketball.
Thomas wanted to plead his case. A held ball instead of a foul, folks. I'm sorry. So the Saints will have the ball under 3 minutes to go, trailing by 15 points. They've not been able to get a whole lot mustered against the Bobcat defense. They throw it around the perimeter against the Bobcat zone. Up and no good by Cortland Davis, but he got fouled. And that'll go against Cole Roberts. Foul number 1 of the day on Cole, the sophomore from Atlanta. Averaging nearly 9 points a ball game, just over 8 rebounds, over 7 rebounds a contest. Here's Davis, 72% free throw shooter, and he dropped it in. GC will get Prestwood back in for Jordan Thomas. Again, you're down a point guard. Austin Duke's no longer with the team as he's academically ineligible. Waiting on Desmond Mitchell-Laflamme to get back healthy after the broken ankle. He'll see the doctor Tuesday and hopefully get cleared to come back and play for the Bobcats maybe next week. GC leads by 14 after they got 1 of 2 at the line. Lob it low to Cole. Cole back out in the right corner. Prestwood 3. It's no good. And a foul by, or rather a rebound by Davis. Davis gets it ahead to Jean. Jean driving down the lane. Pass to Davis, missed it, and a stick back by Chris Metzger, the redshirt freshman from Plantation, Florida. Lead is a dozen for the Bobcats. Prestwood and McCall go at it. Back up top to Ryerson. Chapin gets a pick from Cole. We go left baseline. Driving down the baseline is Bryce Booker. Forces a shot up, missed it. Cole Roberts couldn't catch it, and it's off his hands out of bounds. 1:49 remaining. A 29-17 lead. Bobcats have led by 15 a couple of times here. And they have not been able to put a whole lot of points on the board so far. It's out of bounds off Ryerson. McCall knocked it off his knee out of bounds into the Bobcat bench area. So Jefferson Jean from Naples, Florida will inbound it. Put it into McCall's hands. Their leading scorer dribbles out between the circles against the 2-3 zone. Coach Gaines said they go with a triangle and 2, and sometimes that's what we're seeing occasionally here. Demerit Brown almost had his pocket pick. Shot clock down to 3, down to 2. Davis puts up a prayer. It's not answered at the horn, and GC gets the rebound. 1:14 to go before halftime. Whole lot of shots, not a whole lot of points today. Here's Isaac, back out to Ryerson, to Prestwood, down low to Roberts. And again, muscles his way in, and he got fouled on a shot attempt. So Metzger will be saddled with his first personal foul. Team foul number 9 on Flagler, last before the double bonus. And Cole at the line again. Cole has started 5 ball games, now 6 as he misses the first free throw. Averages just under 20 minutes a ball game, but up to 24 minutes a contest in the conference action. Second free throw is also no good. And as many times as he gets to the stripe, he's got to start sinking those. Under a minute left. GC by a dozen here. Going to try and hold Flagler to less than a point a minute. And a shot is missed, and Thomas will get the rebound. Isaac will bring it up the floor himself, showing off his old point guard skills. His dad, Lanny, who coached him at Tryon, said that Isaac played every single position for him, including point guard. Hard to believe you got a 6'7" point guard in high school ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Bobcats. Roberts with a pick. Here's Isaac from downtown. He nailed it. Second of 4. 3 balls to fall this year for Isaac Thomas. 12 seconds to go before halftime. 32-17. Ball down low right baseline, rolling up and in. Good drive by Gene. 3 seconds left. Prestwood from three-quarter court misses it. And that will do it for half number 1 in the men's contest. And the Bobcats will take a 13-point lead into the break. It's 32-19, Georgia College on top of the Flagler College Saints. GC trying to improve on a 2-1 record, and Flagler trying to get up to 500 on the season in the Peach Belt. They stand in at 1-2 in conference play, as assistant coaches and managers come over to try and get the numbers in the first half. Not a whole lot of positive numbers on the day for either team, actually. Only 32 points in the first half for the Bobcats, and just 19 for Flagler in the first 20 minutes of action. We'll wait on the numbers to come our way in just a minute, and then we'll take a break here at halftime as Al's out trying to get the free throw shooters coming up. Bobcats shot 13 for 31 in the first half for 41.9%. Flagler was just 29% from the floor at 7 out of 24. Three-point field goal attempts. Cats were only 1 of 7 for 14.3%. And Flagler 3 of 13 for 23%. Bobcats hit 5 of 10 free throws. And Flagler was 2 of 7 for 28.6%. Georgia College led by Isaac Thomas with 9 points. I'm sorry, I'll look at the rebounds. He's almost got a double-double at halftime. He has 10 points. Our leader, though, in scoring is Cole Roberts with 11. 4 points each for Garrick DeBoles and Jordan Thomas. 2 points for Chapin Ryerson, and 1 point for Andrew Prestwood to round out the Bobcats' 32. Flagler is led by Cortland Davis with 6 points. 4 points for Jefferson Jean, 3 apiece for Sam Genther and Vaughn McCall, and then 2 points for Chris Metzger and a single free throw for Demerit Brown. Bobcats lead the rebounds at 24-21. GC has Thomas with 9 boards. Cole Roberts has 8. So both are hovering in on the double-double range so far. Flagler with their 21 boards, 5 rebounds for Cortland Davis to lead the pack. Vaughn McCall has 4 more. Bobcats have 8 assists, led by Isaac Thomas with 3, and then 2 each for Jordan Thomas and Andrew Prestwood. 5 assists for Flagler. They've split it up among 5 different players. 10 turnovers for Flagler. The Bobcats have put 10 points in off those 10 mistakes. And Flagler has scored just 2 points off only 3 turnovers by Georgia College. Couple of blocks for the Saints, 1 each for Phil Bruce and Vaughn McCall. Just 1 block for GC, that credited to Cole Roberts. And for Cole, that will be his 11th block of the season. No steals for Flagler, 4 steals for Georgia College. Bobcats own the paint 20-8. They lead in the points off turnovers at 10-2. Lead in second chance points at 7-5. No fast break points for either team as it's a slow down ball game. And the Flagler bench has outscored the Bobcat bench at 5-1. Georgia College led a couple of times by 15 points in the first half and led that first half for 16 minutes and 41 seconds. So we have reached halftime of the men's contest as Georgia College leads 32-19 over the Saints of Flagler College in this Peach Belt Conference ball game. And we'll come back in about 5 minutes. We got about 5 minutes till the halftime horn ends our intermission. And we'll be back with you at Centennial in just a few minutes. You're on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate into a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university. Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you...
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
And we're back with you inside Centennial at halftime of the men's contest. Georgia College leading 32-19 over Flagler College as the Saints come in. And the Bobcats in action today as they break the holiday break. Everybody finished up on the 19th of December, and everybody starting up today. Other ball games in progress, and most of them probably getting close to being done. Remember, we started half an hour late or so because of the late arrivals of the women's officials for our doubleheader today. USC Aiken's playing at Columbus State, Francis Marion at Young Harris, Lander at Georgia Southwestern, Augusta at Clayton State, and UNC Pembroke is playing at North Georgia today. Coming up Wednesday, the Bobcats will be at Georgia Southwestern. This Flagler team will be back at home in St. Augustine to take on Augusta. Also Wednesday, Francis Marion at Aiken, Young Harris at Clayton State, UNC Pembroke at Lander, and North Georgia at Columbus State. Checking out the standings, a tie for first place now after the first 3 conference ball games for everybody. Augusta and Francis Marion are deadlocked at 3-0 at top of the Peach Belt Conference men's division. Francis Marion still unbeaten at 8-0. Augusta is at 6-3. They've won their last 4 straight. Then comes a 4-way tie for second place, including the Bobcats at 2-1. They're joined by Clayton State, Columbus State, and UNC Pembroke. And then in 7th place, a 3-way tie, including these Flagler Saints at 1-2. North Georgia's 1-2. USC Aiken at 1-2. Lander is at 1-3. Young Harris also at 1-3. And Georgia Southwestern without a win in their first 3 conference ball games at 0-3. That's the next opponent for the Bobcats. They are 4-3 overall, are the Hurricanes, and they lost their last 2 starts. Young Harris off to a really struggling start. They're 2-8 on the year. They have the longest losing skid right now in the Peach Belt at 3 losses in a row. Lander stands at 5-5. Aiken is at 4-3 overall. North Georgia below 500. A rarity there. They're 3-6. So that's how things are shaping up in the Peach Belt Conference men's basketball. Dietrich Browning leads the conference in scoring per game at 24.8. Payne from Columbus is next at 21.3 points a contest. The leading rebounder is Dixon from Columbus State at 12.2 per ball game. And in field goal percentage, Isaac Thomas is among the top 6, it looks like. Actually, he's 7th at 53.8%. Williams from Augusta is the leader there at 63.4. Flagler finally out of the locker room and going to be warming up for the final couple minutes before we get the second half underway. So the Bobcats getting good contributions from Cole Roberts and Isaac Thomas. Mark Gaines, the head coach of the Cats, wanted to pound the ball inside. So far, so good. 21 of the 32 points have been inside for the Bobcats, and have got 20 points in the paint. So take advantage of the size and height advantage that the Bobcats have, and that's exactly what they've done so far here in the first half of play. And Flagler, without a player even sniffing double figures, they have Davis with 6 points as the closest to double figures right now. They're really struggling with their offense. Again, Georgia College without a backup point guard in Austin Dukes, who's academically ineligible and will be without his assistants the rest of the season. Waiting on Desmond Mitchell-Laflamme to get that ankle healed up. He'll be checking in with the doctor Tuesday after New Year's Day and find out if the ankle's good enough to let him get back to action for the Bobcats for the rest of the season. So GC trying to make it through a couple more games, it looks like, at least. So, you know, Des won't probably be able to be healthy enough to get back to action on Wednesday, but maybe by a week from today we can get Des back in the lineup. And he was doing great things with the basketball, averaging just under 5 assists a ball game. 32-19 as we get set for second half play. It'll be Flagler's, or rather Bobcats ball to start the second half. They break the huddle with Ryerson, the two Thomases, Cole Roberts, and Garrick DeBoles. So Gano sends out the starting 5 again. There's the whistle, and they will inbound it. Bobcats get the ball into Jordan Thomas, and here we go for second half play. Not a first half to write home about in either team's minds, or tweet home, I guess. Ball knocked away and recovered by Flagler. Can you tweet home?
With the times there.
Yeah, say, can you tweet home?
Scott McLeod is nothing if not hip with the times.
Oh yeah, buddy. Jumper left side for 3 won't go, and Thomas gets a flat-footed one-bounce rebound. And GC leading by 13. They've led by as many as 15 a couple of times today. Isaac holds left side, right side now to Ryerson, and his 3 is good. Ryerson just had plenty of time and straightened up and fired it in.
Just looked like they didn't respect the distance shot from Chapin and made him pay for it right there.
Makes him 1 for 4 from downtown for the day, and there's a travel out front. Started to make his move toward the basket before putting the ball on the floor. So Cortland Davis with the turnover, and the Bobcats hope to capitalize. Lead by 16 now. And we've played a minute in the second half. Cole Roberts, high left side, gets it off to Thomas between the circles. Right side now to Thomas, the other one. And here's Cole for 3. It's off the back iron. And it'll be rebounded by Davis. He'll fly it ahead, driving right of the lane. And a foul called. They're going to put that one on Garrick DeBoles, and that's 3 on Garrick. First Bobcat to get to 3 fouls. First player for either team to get to 3. And that'll send Jefferson Jean to the free throw line, averaging a little over 30 minutes a ball game, is the junior from Naples, Florida. 53% free throw shooter, and he hits the first one. 35-20. Jean will line up another free throw at the north end. It's too strong, and they'll get the rebound, though. Grabbed by Cortland Davis. So they'll have another crack at it. Back at the free throw line, jumper's good. That's Jean. Well, he missed a free throw, but he got a bucket out of it. And it's 35-22. Cats lead back to where it was when we hit halftime. Isaac, right side now to Garrick. Back to Isaac near the right baseline. He'll dribble out of a double team trap and will throw it away. It'll be over and back on GC. Couple of mistakes at the start of the second half, allowing the door to open for Flagler. Demerritt Brown from Ocoee, Florida checks the ball in to Jefferson Jean. Left side pass to Davis, circles to the top of the key, ball off his hip, but recovered by a teammate. Flagler straight away. Back off the left side for three. It's short, crimped the rim, and GC battles for and gets the rebound. Cole Roberts is one rebound away now from double-double territory. Driving is Jordan Thomas. Stuck it up there and scored. Just enough momentum to get it into the hole.
Isaac Thomas already with a double-double at 10 each, so that would give us double-doubles.
Double-doubles. Yes, and it's not New Year's Eve yet, folks. We're still sober. Shot up, no good. Roberts got the rebound.
There it is, double-double-double.
Double-double-double. And a blocking foul called as Jordan Thomas drove to the right baseline. It's on Vaughn McCall, their leading scorer, with 2 fouls on him. He's been very quiet today, has Mr. McCall. And I'd like to keep him that way. GC inbounds between the basket and the sideline. We're going to have to do it again.
We get, I think maybe the shot clock didn't come with.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they didn't reset it. Or they did reset it. Didn't want them to. Took it back down to 23.
Jordan Thomas to Isaac underneath the basket. Turns back a little bit, puts a little hook up, and it's no good, and it's a foul on GC. And it's on Cole Roberts, and Cole gets his second foul.
Big hello to the Thomas family, from what I understand, headed out to watch the Bulldogs play.
Aha.
So
I wondered, they usually are here.
Might be listening over on the West Coast. But I believe, Lanny, I think somebody's sitting in your seat. So sorry about that. There wasn't anything we could do. Must be a good one.
Well, I would trade places in a heartbeat, I think.
Hey, come on
I'm
now.
sorry. You know, my loyalty obviously is with the Bobcats, but game like that.
I'm talking personally, just getting to hang out with me and call a basketball.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's always fun to hang out with Al.
Indeed. I do it every day.
Yes. Here's Isaac, skying and scoring and fouled. Isaac Thomas spun baseline and got fouled by Jefferson Jean.
Isaac does a good job of taking that contact and still being able to finish those tough points down near the hoop. They're always so hotly contested, and elbows and arms and things flying around there. And both he and Roberts do a good job of making the adjustments needed after you get bumped.
Free throws up, no good. Prestwood checks in for Garrick DeBoles. 39-24, GC by 15 again. Driving is Davis with a one-hand stuff. Wow. He exploded to the hole, didn't he?
Yeah, that was created really on the perimeter after Roberts went up on a pump fake on the pass there. That left an open lane to the hoop.
Cole at the free throw line, back out to Andrew Prestwood. His three-pointer won't go, a little strong. Fight for the loose ball, and Isaac's going to get tagged to the foul as he reached up for the loose ball and got a piece of the Saint instead. Yep. Second foul on Isaac.
Yeah, kind of went up for the rebound there and got his hand on the other round part, that the head of the Flagler rebounder.
That's the other round thing that was hanging around there. Yep. Timeout. We're under 16 minutes to go. Back in a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas and out-of-the-box solutions, because those are the kind of lifelong skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Folks, a little out-of-town scoreboard once again, sponsored by Zaxby's on North Columbia Street at the new location. Make sure you check out Zaxby's. From what I understand, the Zaxby's in Milledgeville is like one of the top performing in the country as far as Zaxby's go.
Yes.
Which I find to be kind of impressive with, it being so close to Chick-fil-A and all that kind of stuff. Speaks good things of Gary Avance and the gang over there at Zaxby's. Lander on top of Georgia Southwestern, 63-56 with 5:26 left in the second half. Francis Marion trailing Young Harris 50-37 with 15:30 left. Big score here for USC Aiken, up 72-58 on Columbus State with 10:55 left in the second half. 10:55 left, you got 72 points. Wow. That could be a big score. Clayton State 61-57 with 13:03 left, and UNC Pembroke 71-68 over North Georgia with 3:31 remaining.
Thank you for that out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by
Zaxby's, North Columbia Street in Millersville.
Jumper up and good inside the free throw line area from Cortland Davis. Davis up to 12 points, their first double-digit scorer. Ryerson off to Isaac Thomas, down low to Cole. Cole triple teamed in there. We work it back around the perimeter. Right side, Ryerson won't go with a three. And they're going to call a foul on GC again. Cole Roberts kind of got lost in between there. And no place to come down but on a Saint. And Cole gets his third foul.
Cole's such a big body and very physical. He finds fouls. Or they kind of find him.
They find him in a hurry, yep.
But, yeah, he's if he's not getting 3-4 fouls a game, then you know he's not playing at his best.
Ironically, though, Cole has not fouled out of a ball game this season, so hopefully he'll continue that good luck here. 15 minutes to go, and we have a timeout.
Yep, number 10 over there. Yep. That's Demerit Brown. He found himself without his dribble on the perimeter and about ready to get trapped right in front of Coach, and Coach says, let's talk about it.
And they're going to talk about it with a full timeout, so we'll step away as well. 15:06 to go. Bobcats up 39-28. We'll be back in a moment to the Bobcat Broadcast Network. GC's lead is 11. It was 16 just a little while ago. So Flagler's trying to chip away here.
Well, looking at rebound numbers, Bobcats up by just a pair, 28-26. I thought we'd control that category a little bit more than we have. The turnovers, though, that's where Georgia College really doing their damage. They've caused 11 and only coughed it up 5.
Oh, great job of holding on to it. Flagler on the attack at the north end. We're under 15 minutes to go now. McCall back straight away to Davis. Davis going to launch a three with 2 on the shot clock. No good, but a follow-up is good. We didn't box out. And Jefferson Jean got in there and got the basket.
Yeah, neither team really having much success from long range. Bobcats 18% and Flagler 23.
Driving layup good by Jordan Thomas at the other end. So we trade hoops early on here, 41-30, and they'll drive in, kick it back out to Jean. Check it, that's Davis, I'm sorry. It's stolen away by Jordan Thomas. Ahead to Prestwood. Prestwood waits for traffic, gets it down to Isaac. Isaac missed it, puts it up again. No, but he's fouled. Couple of cracks at it. And the second time, Demerit Brown got him on the arm. That's first foul of the day on Brown, just the third team foul on Flagler in this second half. So here's Isaac at the free throw line, 25 out of 31 at the line for the year, 81% for the young man, an accounting major from Tryon, Georgia.
Now after that, make 2 of 3 from the free throw line here today.
Isaac, our leading scorer and leading rebounder as well, 12.2 points and 7.7 rebounds.
Yeah, got a definite chance at topping that rebounding list in career numbers here at Georgia College. As we mentioned, already up to 8th and still has a full season left to go after this one. So the top number, I believe, owned by Stan Lynn.
Right, big old Stan.
And the best during the NCAA area is the aforementioned Aaron Clark of the Baby Hook Aaron Clarks.
Jumper right side, no good, and Cole gets the rebound. Thomas going to storm down the floor, lay it up and score again. Man, he's
Jordan
explosive.
Thomas, he made his mind up to score when he pulled down that rebound.
Yep, he's going to take it coast to coast. Pocket pick by Prestwood, but it's out of bounds. Prestwood with great hustle. That's something that the family is known for. They're determined, aggressive, athletic players, and Andrew rubbing his right elbow a little bit.
Softball coach Jamie Grodecki going to have to spring into action with the mop over there as Prestwood left himself a sheen on the floor and going to dry that down before somebody slips.
Nice to see our two small ball coaches, round ball coaches out there. Coach Eller down at this South End and Jamie Grodecki taking over for Steve Barsby in the men's game.
This is when you have the skeleton crew on December 30th basketball games. You got to pull them from the coaching staff to do the mopping instead.
Genther will deliver it up top to McCall. Bobcats have shifted back to their 2-3. Jumper away by Genther. The glass ball, no good. Follow-up, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's out of bounds off the Saints.
And some of their best offensive plays have come on long-range misses. It's almost like a pass setting up the player for a layup there. Almost worked out for him again.
GC with a 15-point lead again. Try to get their biggest lead of the day on this trip. Isaac, ball fake, tries to get around his man, does, lays it in from the right side. Isaac Thomas.
You see the skill set of Thomas, a high school guard that got a great growth spurt late. So delivering the ball handling skills.
Two-hand flush by Davis, and he's fouled. Ryerson got him, I believe. So Davis with the stuff, and will go to the free throw line. That's the second foul on Chapin.
Yeah, not really a good foul there. Gotta get a little bit more physical with him, I think, there to try and thwart the dunk. Either that or just let him have it.
Yeah, that dunk interrupted a 9-0 run by the Bobcats. Free throw is good by Cortland Davis to make it 47-33. Davis up to 15 points in the game now.
A little bit of a foul trouble here for the Cats. Got Roberts with 3, DeBoles with 3, and 2 for Isaac Thomas.
Driving in, almost getting another one, and Thomas rolled it up and off the rim. Flagler cleans the glass. 47-33 GC. Driving is McCall, and offensive foul called. Purple Heart points for Isaac Thomas as he took the charge almost underneath the basket.
Thomas doing a good job making up for the miss of the bunny on the offensive end. And doing it with getting the possession right back on the other side.
Isaac will step out. Garrick DeBoles takes his place. 14-point GC lead. Jordan Thomas dribbles to the left arc to Ryerson to DeBoles. Wraparound pass kicked out of bounds. Bobcats pretty young right now out there. You got 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores on the floor. 12:23 remaining at Centennial. The last game of 2017, and a foul away from the ball. It'll be charged to Flagler, and it's put on Genther. He's the first Saint to get, second Saint, to get the 3 fouls. McCall beat him to it. GC to inbound it again. Prestwood inbounds it to Jordan. Jordan Thomas circles in, lays it in with a left hand. Oh, he took his man one step a little bit too far past the basket, but still had enough scoop on the ball to get it in. Here's McCall, drops it in. He might start cracking it from just about any place on the floor now. 49-35 GC. Driving is Ryerson, has his ball swatted out of bounds on the baseline. And we've got our under 12 timeout. Bobcats lead at 49-35. We'll return in just a moment to the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
right here.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable.
Flagler's hanging around with 50% shooting here in the second half, 7 of 14 from the floor. The Bobcats are at 47%, 7 of 15. Bobcats hold a 33-29 rebounding edge. Thomas 16 and 13, Roberts 11 and 11. 12 points for Jordan Thomas now. So GC with 3 players in double figures. Davis the only player in double figures for the Saints with 13. Bobcats looking to inbound it. Now we'll have it swatted out of bounds, and Prestwood will be replaced by Ryerson to inbound it. Chapin holds the ball high, looks, and triggers it out deep to Cole Roberts. Now to Prestwood, he'll signal the play. 9 to 10 on the shot clock. Prestwood straight up 3, it's spun out of there. Davis gets the rebound. Right side 3 for them, splash, DeMeritt Brown, his 23rd of the year. He leads them in 3-point baskets made, and at 41%, their leader in percentages as well. And the lead is down to 11 with 11 change left. Jordan Thomas has the ball almost knocked out of his hands, and now it's thrown out of bounds off St. Isaac Thomas checks back in for Garrick DeBoles.
Everybody having trouble hang on to things down there. Got to make crisper passes, I guess.
Don't keep Isaac on the bench too long. He's averaging over 35 minutes in conference ball games, leading the club there.
Last I knew there was only 40 minutes in a game.
Yes. There's a floater, and scoring is Jordan Thomas. He's got 14 points. He is putting us on his back here in the second half.
Nice little teardrop there from Thomas. He's got just enough to get over the defense.
Davis goes baseline, left to right, and a blocking foul called on GC. And that'll be team foul number 6. And it's on Cole, and that's 4 on him. GC will make a change here. Cole immediately spun toward the scorer's table. He knew it was for him. When you pick up your 4th foul with 10 minutes to go,
yep,
you know it's
the
time.
target officially becomes on your back in that case. Yep.
Justin Cave is his replacement. 3-pointer away, no good by Brown. Rebound taken by Flagler, and a foul on the ensuing shot. Chris Williams got the board, got a shot off, and got fouled by Justin Cave.
I really feel like we're struggling with that offensive glass. Is 9 of them offensive rebounds for Flagler now. That compares to 11 for Georgia College, so we're out rebounding them in that number. But
getting some big ones at big times right now.
Second chance points are 10 to 9 in Flagler's favor.
Williams at 14 out of 15 at the line, missed one. And he misses a second one. And a foul over the back. Dotardis is going to get whistled for his first foul as he climbed the back of Ryerson. 16 foul on Flagler. So the Saints will be in the bonus in the next go round, and the Bobcats on the next Flagler foul will be in the bonus. Top of the circle, Cave. To Prestwood on the left elbow.
A lot of free throws again. This happened in the first half, Scott.
Ryerson got it to go, and he's fouled. Chapin knocked it home from the left baseline, and he got hit by Dotaris again. So 2 quick fouls on Arnis Dotaris.
Ryerson going to get to the line here, and that's for him, his first trip to the free throw line.
7 out of 8 at the free throw line on the season for Chapin. Garrick DeBoles comes in for Prestwood. 54-38, GC by 16. Not quite midway through the second half. They play catch up top with McCall holding now against the Bobcats 2-3. Into the paint, now back out to McCall. He launches a three and drops it home. Vaughn McCall, his second three-pointer to fall.
Yep, see a little bit of why he's 19.7 points a game coming into this contest. Just 8 now in this one, but you see a little bit of that flare and flash right there.
Top of the circle, Justin Cave had his back turned on a bounce pass from Jordan Thomas. Fortunately, the Bulls gathered it in. Down to 7 on the shot clock now. Back out to Ryerson. Three-pointer off the front rim. Ball tips out. Ryerson will gather it and will reset.
Good job there by DeBoles to keep the ball alive and tip it out to the perimeter so the Bobcats could keep possession and eat some more clock.
Jordan Thomas, he got belted as he put the shot up left of the lane.
Had the block shot there, did Davis, but then came in with the hip as well, which put Jordan Thomas to the floor.
Cortland Davis with his first foul. 8 fouls on Flagler already. And so here is Jordan Thomas to the stripe. Jordan, the freshman from Conyers and Heritage High, exercise science major here at GC. And the first free throw is a little strong.
That's his first miss today, now 2 of 3 from the charity stripe in the ball game.
Twice a first-team all-region player with Heritage. 3 times the school's Student Athlete Award. Second one is good.
Bridge Scholars program as well.
All right.
Program run by my wife here at GC.
I think he's going to be one to do some good things for us if he can stay healthy and stay eligible.
Quite possible.
Driving on the right side, now pulling it back up are the Saints, and a little bit of a mix-up with a handoff. McCall's got it with 9 minutes to go. GC leading by 14. They drive the baseline, and a foul on GC. That'll be on DeBoles, and Garrett collects his 4th foul.
All right, so looking at that now, you got 2 guys with 4. That's DeBole and Roberts. 2 fouls each for Chapin Ryerson and Isaac Thomas. For Flagler, 3 fouls each for McCall and Ginther. And then a handful of guys with 2 as well. They've played a few more players today than we have. They've brought 3 more players off the pine than we have.
Ryerson posting up down low. Floats it up there, missed it. Rebound gathered in.
Everybody wants the baby hook today.
Yes, they do. Connor Jack is on the floor for the first time for the Saints. He got that rebound. Now they get it down low to him, and a foul called as the pass was made. And that will be charged to Ryerson. That'll be 3 on Chapin.
Connor Jack with a nice beard. I like that. Real thick there. You don't see that from the basketball guys very often. It's kind of got a mountain man sort of feel to it.
There you go. Free throws up and good. He'll buy the bonus. 9 team fouls on Bobcats now. Connor Jack, a redshirt sophomore from Mertztown, Pennsylvania. He's smart. He got out of the cold and went down to St. Augustine.
That's probably why he's got the beard. He thinks he has to put on the winter coat this time of year. He's not used to it. Get down there in St. Augustine, he'll go clean shaven real quick with that kind of humidity.
Davis hammered them both down, and it's 55-43. The lead is 12.
4 for 6 from the free throw line for Davis. Now he's got 15 points. Check that 16.
Wrap around pass to Isaac. He's double teamed off that left block. Zips it off right side to Ryerson. Into the left corner we go now. 13 to shoot. Back out to Jordan with 10. Got to reset in a hurry. Comes around a pick from Isaac. Going to go right side. Loads it up and fires. Missed it. Jack got the rebound. Flagler still in this ball game, down by 12, and a reach-in foul called on GC's Jordan Thomas. Oh my goodness, that's the first foul on Jordan. And we've got our under 8 timeout. The lead is 12, but it's getting a little tenuous here. Bobcats up 55-43. Back in a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student-athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
Scott got a final from Georgia Southwestern. Got a come from behind win for the Hurricanes.
Wow.
They pick off Lander University 76-74. That's our only final so far in Peach Belt play for the men.
And
Getting late in some other ball games, though.
I'm sure it is. Bobcats will see the Hurricanes Wednesday. Double bonus situation for the rest of the way for the Flagler Saints, as the Bobcats are at 10 team fouls in the half, and Demerit Brown will hit the first free throw, an 86% free throw shooter. The Saints are, as a team, 76% from the free throw line, 5 percentage points better than the Bobcats. And they're back to 10-point deficit after he hits them both, 55-45.
Also got a 6-point win for the Braves of UNC Pembroke, 80-74 over North Georgia. That just wrapped up.
Jumper outside, short by Cave. Rebound into the hands of the Saints. Davis will bring it down the floor. Driving left of the lane, no good. A lot of contact, no foul either way. We'll get it off to Jordan Thomas again. He'll accelerate to the free throw line. Put his head down. They wave off any basket. It didn't go anyway, Mr. Official. And a blocking foul called on McCall. That'll put 4 on Vaughn. Team foul number 9 in the half. So settle in, folks. Some more free throws coming tonight as we are rapidly approaching nighttime. Jordan Thomas is a 60% free throw shooter on the season, and he'll go again. Cave and DeBoles step out for the Bobcats. Cole Roberts, playing with 4 fouls, is on the floor, along with Prestwood.
Jordan today 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Part of his 15 points.
Give him 16 now. Might be career high numbers for Jordan after a big day here on this Saturday, as the freshman will line up a second free throw. It's away, it's short. Ball tipped in the air, but the Saints get it back again.
His high this season, 18 points against Payne in the victory there.
So he needs a couple to tie that. Driving right side of the lane, rolling it up, and it's good, and a blocking foul on Roberts, and that'll do it for Cole. He just got climbed on, folks, and they're going to call a blocking foul on him.
All right, so Roberts' day will come to a close with 11 points, 11 rebounds. Went 5 of 8 from the floor to get those 11 points. Hit 1 free throw out of his 5 attempts there. So that's a big loss. Hopefully the remaining Bobcats can fill in that gap.
More importantly, it's less than double-digit lead now for the Bobcats. It's 56-47. And Davis will try to trim it even closer. He does. 56-48. Flagler coming off the deck here in the last few minutes. Georgia College got to get some offense going.
Yeah, momentum definitely shifted here. Going to need some points to kind of stave that off a little bit.
Ryerson up top, back out. Jordan Thomas bombs a 3. It's in and out, no good. There's no rebounding right now. The Bulls just backed out immediately as soon as that shot went up. And a whistle away from the ball. What do we got, offensive foul?
I think it was a moving screen Looked like somebody had tried to screen Jordan Thomas and was shuffling his feet a little bit. Going to put it on 33, the new guy there, Connor Jack. No shots because it was an offensive foul, but Bobcats will get the basketball.
Double bonus for the Bobcats as well now with 6:43 to play. And an 8-point GC lead at 56-48. Ryerson holds top of the circle, comes around a pick, gets it off now to Jordan. Back off to Isaac. Isaac straight away got his man in the air, and he drew him into a foul. Deked him.
Isaac got actually fouled twice there as Jack went up on the pump fake. So he knew that he was beat. He kind of hooked him around the neck, did Jack. Sort of got a left arm around the neck, and as Isaac powered through that, he came around with the right hand and slapped him on the arm too. So Connor Jack was making sure that Isaac Thomas was not going to be able to get by him.
Indeed so. And Isaac misses the first effort. And he missed them both. Holy smoke.
That's a good foul then by Connor Jack. I mean, he's not called on to do much, as he was the last player to enter this contest. He's got 3 rebounds and 2 fouls.
Left side driving, the kick at the baseline. Offensive foul called. He just kept on going to Demerit Brown.
So Brown now going to pick up his 3rd foul. And that was a charge drawn by Garrick DeBowles, I believe, on that one,
So
Scott.
some Purple Heart points for Mr. DeBowles. 6:10 to go. Bobcats have gone in a funk here.
Yeah, it seems like the clock right now, the enemy for Georgia College.
It's not Flagler. It's that thing up on the board. Jordan Thomas went up there. Nice swat away by Flagler. He went up for the layup. Here's a long bomb of a 3, and it won't go, and there's DeBowles with the board.
Wow, that would have been a big bucket right there if he would have knocked that down, and thankfully did not, and Georgia College can continue to take the air out of the ball a little bit here.
Jordan dribbles top of the circle, pulls up, and he nails it from 18 feet.
Nice soft touch there that looked Terrell Harris-esque, coming off a screen and a mid-range jumper. That was very much the bread and butter of one of our all-time scorers right there.
That'll tie his career high with 18 points now. 10-point GC lead with 5 and change left, and a traveling violation. Cortland Davis argues the call to no avail. And GC will get the ball on the turnover, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Bobcats 58, Saints 48. We'll stay here. Are they sitting? Yeah, they're sitting down. Okay, so we'll take a full break. You're listening to the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
What you've gained as a student will be just as important to you as what you did as a player. As long as you know that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable, there's no failure. Success on 3.
There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George.
GC by 10 as we close down on 5 minutes to go in regulation here at Centennial. The Flagler women edged out the Bobcat women earlier today to stay unbeaten in the Peach Belt. Bobcat men trying to go to 3-1 in conference play, while the Saints want to sneak away from Milledgeville with a win and even their conference record at 2-2.
Got another final in Peach Belt men's action. USC Aiken 92, Columbus State 74. So the Pacers pick up a win over the Cougars.
That's a big one. Cougars traditionally a very strong basketball team. Here's Isaac driving left to lane. He got hammered up top and no whistle, and then Saints got the ball and stepped on the end line. So we'll take it, thank you. Give us a chance to run some more clock, improve on a 10-point lead. So Columbus, with the loss, drop into 2-2 and 2-5 overall.
Nice put up there by Isaac Thomas on an inbounds play. Sort of wrapped around with that right hand. Another little hook from the big fella. He's up to 20 points now.
And it's a 12-point cushion. Genther around the right side. Now they go to Davis. Check it, it's not Davis. I'm sorry, it's Gene. McCall straight away to Davis. Drives in, drops it down low. Did he walk first? Are they going to call a foul on Isaac, who backed into him? Yep. Isaac didn't know the guy was there and backed into him for a foul, his third. 4:33 remaining. So it'll be 2 shots for Chris Williams. 6'7" senior from Mississippi, transfer from Copiah Lincoln Community College.
Williams 0 for 2 at the free throw line today, make it 0 for 3.
Normally a 93% free throw shooter at 14 out of 15 prior to today. So he's struggling here in Milledgeville at the charity stripe. And that one won't go either. GC with a rebound. So a good foul, Isaac. GC by 12, it's 60-49. Under 4.5 to go. And Prestwood looking at Coach Gaines for the signal as he backs away a little bit, slows it down. 13 on the shot clock now. Drives to the right wing, back up top to Jordan Thomas. Jordan, three-pointer away, too strong.
Ate some clock, but would have liked some points there too. Got to get greedy this time of the ball game.
Davis to McCall, back to Davis left side. He launches a three, it's off the mark. They get a rebound by Genther. Back out to McCall. McCall drives inside the free throw line area, no good. Ball knocked around and Isaac reaches up and grabs it down. 3:40 left, and GC taking its time now. Over to the far sideline in front of Coach Gaines is Thomas. Now to Isaac Thomas, going to take it to the rack. Did he walk? Yeah, got an extra step in there. Looked like he was going to power his way to an easy lay-in. And Georgia College has a 60-48 lead at the under 4 mark, and we'll be back in just a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
A, arm weakness.
Change is constant. Technologies, careers, society. Georgia College is not about landing your first job. It's about preparing for success in a changing world. From the moment you step on campus, you have an immediate sense of belonging. At Georgia College, learning takes place all around us. Our students are critical thinkers, ready to graduate into a complex world. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Bobcats really struggling with the shooting here in the second half. 11 of 28 for 39%. Flagler's gotten back into the ball game at 45.5% shooting. 10 of 22 for the second half. And Flagler's taken a lead in the rebounding at 43-42. GC had held the rebounding edge all game long. Normally the Saints out-rebound opponents by 10.
Yeah, it was a showdown of two strengths there, as both teams very strong in the rebounding. And Bobcats coming up one shy right now.
McCall with a great drive. He doesn't get
evened up. got that last rebound. We're all evened up now.
There you go. Thomas got the board, 60-48. Isaac now with 18 rebounds to match 18 points. 3 minutes to go. The GC Bobcats up by 12. Jordan Thomas, a dribbling exhibition, drives in, scores on a nice little layup, and a full timeout called by Mark Gaines, a new career high in points.
Yep, his first time over the 20-point plateau as well.
Technologies.
Good work there by Jordan Thomas. 8 of 19 from the field. Hasn't knocked down any of his three-point attempts, but also 4 of 5 from the free throw line. That's how he's gotten his 20 points.
Been a big help to the Bobcats here, not just scoring, but handling the basketball. Got a couple of assists as GC has had to find other folks to distribute the basketball today.
Yeah, Jordan's got those 2 assists with just 1 turnover, and as much as the ball spends time in his hands, that's really good ratios there for him. Again, the Bobcats with just 6 turnovers as a team. That's a great number for this point in the ball game. And 18 turnovers for the Flagler Saints. So that's part of the reason why the Georgia College has the lead they do, is all those extra chances.
Exactly, and Flagler's only managed to make 2 points off the 6 turnovers by the Bobcats. So when you hold on to the basketball, good things usually happen. And GC now with a 14-point lead with 2:53 to go. Put a little bit of pressure. 2-2-1 press by the Bobcats.
Yep, not really trying to force turnovers here, more just sort of trying to eat into that clock and eat further into that shot clock for Flagler on the defensive end.
McCall bombs away, doesn't get it. Rebound number 19 for Isaac Thomas. And he'll get the ball back again. Right side now to Prestwood in the front court. Zips it to Thomas back at the free throw line. Into Prestwood, back to Isaac. Isaac gives it off to DeBowles, who flushes it home. That was a great look from Isaac. Saw DeBowles flashing, and he'll steal the ball away. Isaac Thomas just took it away from one of the Saints. 64-48 with 2 minutes to go. And here is Jordan Thomas driving. Laid it off the window, short. Rebound knocked around, gathered in by the Saints, and they'll fly down and score on a layup by Gene. 64-50. Bobcats, long lead pass ahead to Garrick DeBowles. Can't go one-on-one with McCall. And he'll pull it back out and eat some clock. Double team now is Jordan Thomas. He has to call a timeout. The next to last timeout called by Georgia College. With 1:39 to play, the Bobcats call a 30-second timeout. Again, they'll be on the road Wednesday at Georgia Southwestern. They will not be back at Centennial until the 10th of January. And they'll be hosting Clayton State in a 5:30, 7:30 doubleheader. And again, classes do not start until the 16th of January, so there'll be a bunch of ball games still for the Bobcats before the students get back in. Ryerson to inbound it with 17 on the shot clock, and the Bobcats own a 14-point lead. Chapin inbounds to Jordan Thomas. Back to Chapin, then back to Jordan. Now we play catch out front. Isaac going to take it down, and it's knocked out of bounds. Tried to drop it off to Garrick DeBowles, but one of the Saints got a hand on it, knocked it skyward and out of bounds on the south baseline. So with 5 on the shot clock, the Bobcats will have an opportunity. Inbounding it right of the basket. Get it into Jordan. Off the heel of Jordan Thomas. They tried to get it into Isaac, Isaac tried to get it right back to the inbounder, Jordan Thomas, and knocked it off the heel of his shoe.
Yeah, interesting play there. That might have stayed in bounds. If somebody was on the wing, I don't know what would have happened there. Probably just a kickball, I guess. I don't know.
Genther, right side to Davis. He'll launch a 3 on the right elbow. Won't go, and Prestwood gets the rebound with 1:08 to go. Jordan Thomas almost fouled there. Drops it down. Ball got knocked away, recovered by the Saints. 1 minute to play. Cats lead by 14. Right side jumper of the lane. No good by Brown. Ball gathered in by Genther. He'll fire it up there. Won't go down, and then he'll tip it out of bounds. So Georgia College will get the ball with 46.6 seconds remaining. And Coach Mark Gaines will bring in Bryce Booker and Justin Cave off the bench.
Maybe some free throw shooters here, I suppose, just in case the Saints do decide to try and prolong this ball game.
DeBowles and Ryerson depart. GC inbounds the basketball to Jordan Thomas, has it taken away from him, and then he fouls. Trying to knock the ball away from Carlton Davis and got the arm instead.
Well, you have a young roster. Sometimes it looks like a young roster. And, with 45 seconds left and hanging on to the ball when you're getting trapped and that sort of thing. But other times, you're getting some points out of the guys, including a career-high 20 out of Jordan.
Free throw good by Davis there. He's got 20 points now. And Prestwood comes back in for Cave for the Bobcats. Second free throw knocked around, and it's saved from going out of bounds. They pitch it back out front. McCall from long range won't go. And Isaac Thomas gets his 20th rebound of the ball game. Off to Jordan Thomas. Loses the handle on it. Got poked away from behind with 25 seconds to go. Bobcats lead is 13. McCall going to roll it in for a score. And the lead is 11 now. We inbound it to Isaac, and he got grabbed by Demerit Brown. His third personal foul will go to the other end of the floor and see Isaac Thomas try to get up to 22 points in the ball game. Not a bad night's work. 20 points, 20 rebounds.
Yeah, that's a heck of a contest. We don't get too many 20-20 games, so I'm going to have to look into the archives on that one.
You bet. And he's still stuck on 20 points. He's missed his last 3 free throws.
Yeah, Isaac, 3 of 7 by the numbers I'm looking at here.
You can just hear Lanny in Pasadena moaning. And the free throw that time is good. 21. Booker in for Prestwood. 17 seconds to go. 65-53. Bobcats going to put this one in the W column. Driving, scoop shot, no good. Get it on miss. Going to turn around, put it up and in. That is Jeffrey Jean with 5 seconds to play. Will inbound it to Booker. Bryce going to get it to Isaac, and that will do it. A win for the Bobcats, 65-55, a 10-point victory to put them at 7-3 overall and 3-1 in the Peach Belt Conference. Flagler falls to 500 for the season at 4-4 and 1-3 in Peach Belt Conference play. Well, Mark wanted to pound it down inside. I think mission accomplished.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, that's going to be our ball game, all year long. Got to get that inside scoring going, and we had it going for a good majority of this contest here today. Mark's going to tell you a bit more about it here in a minute, but yeah, just the outside shot, it's not in our arsenal. We don't have the guys to get that done, at least not yet anyways, unless somebody goes along. But another W. That's 4 in a row now, I believe, for the guys. Yeah, 4 in a row. So, things are starting to point in the right direction for GC basketball.
Thank you, Al. We appreciate your help today, helping us out both the women's and the men's game, and Mark Gaines getting mic'd up as we get set for the post-game interview with the head coach of the Bobcats. Well, you wanted to get it inside, and I think you did it.
Yeah, I thought the guys did a really good job of executing the game plan. We did not shoot the 3 very well. 2 for 16 is probably too many threes. They went zone on us, and I thought we missed some really easy shots. I know Justin missed one that was open. Prestwood missed a couple. Jordan missed some. Thank you. Jordan missed some easy three-pointers. So we go 2 for 16, and we win by 10. And we beat them on the glass by 1. Make no mistake, they had good players. 11, 2, 10, 5, 1. They just don't have a lot of depth. Those guys come in and play hard, but their front line guys are really good.
Right. Yeah, their starters.
Really good.
Their starters are very good, but they just can't stay on the floor the whole time. And,
neither can ours.
That's true.
Foul trouble.
Foul trouble. I couldn't believe that we had the big leads going, and we kept on fouling. But that's the way it goes.
We led by 17 with 13 minutes to go in the game, and we won by 10. So it wasn't. It never got to the point where it was, was really dangerous,
right.
like it was over at Aiken when we got up, 20 on them, and then that give Aiken credit. They really fought back and a well-coached team and really made it a game. But what we have to do is we got to make free throws. So we're combined 13 for 37 from the free throw line and the three-point line. And from the 2, we were 24 for 46. So it's pretty simple. We know how we have to play.
Right.
We have to play high-low game. We have to play inside-out. Man, I tell you what, Isaac was a stud. 21 rebounds.
Boards. Al says he's going to have to go back into the archives and see how many 20-plus rebounding games we've had. That's not many, I'm sure. And they gave him officially credited 19 points for him instead of we had him at 21, but 19 points. So good night.
What a stud.
Getting it all done for you.
I'm glad he's a Bobcat.
Now you
and
better
plus he has a 3.7 GPA. So that's like a win-win.
It's a win-win-win.
Yeah, he's a great ambassador of our program, and I'm just very proud. The way he represents our university, and we got him from Tryon a couple years ago, and sometimes you just get lucky with guys, and I'm just blessed. Georgia College is blessed. Everybody's blessed just for him to be here. And he's a no-maintenance type of kid.
Yeah.
And he goes out and scores 19. The last 20 rebound performance that I remember was Aaron Clark, 22 on UNC Pembroke.
Okay.
And that might have been 2005, 6, or 6, 7. That's the last time I've seen 20 rebounds in a game.
Yeah.
He just give him credit, and that's in 35 minutes. I should have played him more. But in Cole Roberts, 11 and 11, and Jordan Thomas, 20 points. He came in big for us.
He did.
I like our freshman.
He really led you and several times down the floor when you had to have a basket, and he did a good job of just controlling the game.
Yeah, and he's such an outstanding person as well, and he just works really hard. He's a no maintenance guy too, and he has over 3.0 so far in his Georgia College career. Most of our guys have done well academically. The one thing, it's hard for guys like Matthew to really get going when they're playing 2 minutes, or Bryce with 9 minutes, Justin with 9 minutes. I understand the way it is. It is. I was a guy at Georgia Southwestern that would play anywhere between 5 and 20 minutes, but you just got to keep working, keep pounding the rock. But I know, when they make a mistake or maybe they miss a shot, I get them out because we have such good starters.
Right.
And we like to play big basketball. But, Presswood missed some easy ones, 0 for 3. Matthews 0 for 1. We ran a spin play, and he missed it. And Justin was 0 for 5. And, if we score 2 of those, then it's a 16-point game. And I like our guys. They work really hard, and just no maintenance for the guys. We're in a good spot, Scott. Recruiting, we're in a good spot. Personnel-wise, Coach Aquino, if I was a Division I, I'd be knocking on our door trying to get him to come be my assistant coach. He is so good. He is with the individual workouts, with the recruiting, the scouting. He's outstanding, and he's just a star in the business. And I think some Division I's are missing out on him. So they'll be calling.
Hey, don't say it too loud, okay?
I'm not, but you know what? I'm not going anywhere. And I'm not. He can pull a Mark Gaines and Terry Sellers and be here for 11 years, but I got 15 more. So if he wants to stay another 15, that's great. But all I'm saying is he's done an outstanding job. He's just he's been the biggest difference in our program, just recruiting these guys and just establishing those relationships, bringing them to campus with the parents. Every time I talk to the parents, and they just rave about Ryan and just say he's just outstanding. I said, well, he played here. And so he was here about 10 years ago in your position. We recruited him. We showed him campus. Now he's doing the same for these guys that we're bringing in. And I just want to brag on him because a lot of times the head coach is here and, meeting and getting all the credit and the blame and everything. But without Dwight Anderson and Ryan, we're not 7-3 and 3-1 in the league. So I just want to give him a little shout out because he's been a Bobcat for a long time, Scott.
He has. He bleeds blue and green right now. Well, you got a good start to the season, good December here for you, and now you look ahead to Georgia Southwestern. They got a big win. They came from behind to win their ball game today. And so
yeah, Ben Hicks played for us when I was at Shorter.
Really?
Outstanding person, and he's really done a really good job of getting good guys in there, good players in there. He's one of the better coaches in the conference. I'm very proud that he's coaching at my alma mater. He's just a outstanding person, outstanding coach.
Well, you get to go back home.
I love going down there.
I know you do.
As long as we win. The neat thing about that is time flies by so fast, and when I go down there, I just see some of the same people that were there supporting us when I played, and I'm just that's probably my favorite game of the year to go down to, and they've had some good teams down there. But just to be back where you played, and it just means a lot to me. And but make no mistake,
you're there to win.
I'm
right?
there to win. I bleed the blue and the green now, and I'm just glad we pulled this one out, because Flagler, give them credit, they kept fighting, and he is a good coach. Coach Warner is a good coach. I've known him for a long time when he was at Shorter, and even maybe prior to that, and so he'll get them going. The first year is always the toughest, I think.
Yep.
So.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, Scott.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
Everybody be safe on that road.
Right. Thanks,
Go Bobcats.
Mark Gaines, the head coach of the Cats. We appreciate him joining us here. Let's quickly run through some of the numbers. We told you about the big numbers for Isaac Thomas: 19 points, 21 rebounds, 20 points for Jordan Thomas to lead the Bobcats in scoring. Cole Roberts, before he fouled out, had 11 points, 11 rebounds as well. For Flagler, their leading scorer with 19 was Cortland Davis, and 13 points for Jefferson Jean for their second leading scorer. They shot 35.7%. Bobcats shot only 42%, 26-62. And as Mark was saying, 2 of 16 from downtown. They were 6 of 28 from long range for 21%. Bobcats hit 11 of 21 free throws, 9 of 22 for Flagler at the charity stripe. Bobcats out-rebounded by just one, 48-47. And Georgia College comes away with the win as they knock off the Flagler Saints to go to 7-3 and 3-1 in Peach Belt Conference play, while the Flagler Saints are now 4-4 and 1-3 in the conference. So a split on the day for the Georgia College basketball teams. They'll tee it back up on Wednesday down in Americus, as we talked about at Georgia Southwestern. For everybody involved with our broadcast, I appreciate them helping us out. For Al Weston, I'm Scott McLeod. Thanks to the producer for her help as well. We will be back with you on January 10th when GC finally gets back into action at the Centennial Center. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.